Hello everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're back once again, and I have to figure out how to undo a lot of the problems with the railway system. In particular, as we go forwards, I need to figure out how to slot some of the express trains through, given that a lot of the problems that we are having are down to some of the congestion that is a feature of the railway network as it currently stands. As per usual, it'll be an hour's playtime, roughly give or take. But I'm hoping that in that time we can at least do a lot of the stuff that I do want to do. So, we can now actually get on with the job that I want to do, which is I do want to keep the building the line out towards... you know, the second main line, basically. The one I've been working on for a while. Yeah, out here, through there, through Lincoln, to Boston, then Kings Lynn. Let's do that for now, because at least then that's built. So let's get on with it. There we go. That should just be able to be a nice smooth arc. Lovely. Perfect. Then we have a little bit of a gradient as we come up. There's a little bit of a bridge there, but that's okay. I like that colour. That's a nice colour. And we keep building. And again, just build it flat. There's no point to not do so. There we go. And that brings us all the way out to... Did I go? Yeah, there we go to King's Lynn, but that's fine. We can do that. Don't need any junctions or switches or crossovers. Switches, good lord. Listen to me, I've been infected. I've been playing too much Railroad. I've gone American. No. But yeah, there should be no need for any other complications or problems. But given how actually I am going to very quickly replace Kings Lynn with a 3-track station, and the reason for that is simple. I'm looking at the length that we'll have to go to get from Kings Lynn to, well, back to Leeds, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that is a hell of a run. And it is a hell of a run. So I'm thinking to myself, well, we know that if there is a decently fast express train, people will take it. So... well, I think we absolutely do need one for... And of course we're going to signal this properly because we have the money to do it and afford it, so we are going to. And that links us back into Gainsborough. Now, we're very lucky in that actually building the sort of bypass trackage you need to make an express line work here is really, really easy. Like, seriously easy. because of the way the stations are laid out. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. And then there's literally just one more station, which is Boston we need to build. Sorry, not one more station, one more bypass, which is Boston. But that is a relatively simple construction for us to build. No problems at all. Look at that. Lovely. Perfection. This is the first time I've actually built this as a part of, well, I wouldn't quite say it's a feature, not a bug, but you know what I mean. It's very much a part of the line that there's going to be an express service run. I've got double slip switch. Lovely. Right, buses. Buses before we have any trains. There we go. Thirteen buses. I can do that. That's not a problem at all. Is that the colour? It's gotta be on it. Oh no, it's grey. That grey in particular. So we need 10. How many do we currently have? So we need to clone. To 8. And then we need another 2. And that links us all the way out to here. Well, all the way to King's Lynn, actually. There we go. Perfect. More buses. Well, I've just stopped calling them buses, that they're not buses. They're stagecoaches. Well, I suppose they technically are omnibuses, since those do exist. But you know what I mean. Yum. And there we go. King's Lynn. Perfect. I'm very excited for Transport Fever 3. Can't wait to see what it brings. I will miss the earlier starts. I'm just putting that out there. I will absolutely miss the earlier starts. That is something I can say. But, hey-ho. I only hope it means that the vehicle list is more fleshed out. That's what I will say. We'll have to see. So now it needs to be express line. From Lincoln to Doncaster. Doncaster Platform 5. And Kings Lynn Platform 3. There we are. I think there's no express trains that can take... There we go, so... And 2 such trains. And then we need to timetable this because... So, again, unbunched at both Kings Lynn and Doncaster because it does matter. The frequency is about 10 minutes, so there will absolutely be people who want to travel by express. So yeah, that's that section of the main line built. However, yeah, the ferries make a good enough profit, but then again, they're more of a transport link than they are anything else. Wow, the whole buses really need to be double decked. Like, they are really overfilled on capacity. Like, they are. Like, Hull is growing. Like, what's the... Well, the largest city is Hull, followed by Leeds. Then Newcastle, then Edinburgh, then London. York has grown fairly massively. And this section from Doncaster to... Oh, Jesus. So many people who want to go to Thirsk. Like, Jesus Christ. Luckily, by diverting freight traffic around Doncaster, that is going to be helpful. I can't help but wonder why there are so many people who want to go up that way. Never mind. It'll be interesting to see how the line actually deals with the stresses and strains of actually... Now, these trains should be able to keep the 75 miles an hour for their entire run, because of the way I've built the track. It's not quite a Brunel's billiard table, but it's fairly close to one. Right, okay. So if I'm looking around, the next thing needs to be... Oh, the branch line to Sheffield. Okay, I can do that. Sheffield's a major city as well, it's quite big. How's the loop doing? Okay, not great, but not terrible either. The log trains are still easily the most profitable parts of the network. What we need is some heavier freight engines, but hey-ho, we'll get hold of them in a bit. Running further north, and there goes one of the expresses, which is, oh my god, the demand for express passenger travel is ludicrous. Holy smokes. I could probably double these express trains and still make money. And by that I mean I could double their length. Problem is, in order to keep them quick, you need to have the level of passenger power on them that you have. You can't really increase it more than that. Anything more than that for one cramped-on is too much. Like, it'll not hold it. So you need to save up some money to increase the length of these trains. Because, yeah, the amount of people who want to travel is ludicrous. Especially on this northern section. Has the unbunching broken down on the Leeds line? Yeah, for some reason it's stopped unbunching itself. Why? Please do not stop unbunching yourself, please. It is very important you do this, otherwise the entire network falls to bits. Oh, a diverting line around York already exists. It was built by the freight railways. Well, that helps us get past one bottleneck on the main line going north, which is something. There we go. The next problem is, of course, Selby and how to get around that. And this goes with freight and passenger trains. Well, the thing is, Selby Station isn't really that busy. Normally, you're alright. Which is fair, normally. You are alright, but sometimes you cannot be. Boom. And there we go. Profits are flowing in. This is good. That basically means that nothing goes through York Station now. Everything goes around it, which is exactly as it's supposed to be. I have to increase the all-up train length of the express because lots of people want to travel, especially further north. I wouldn't quite say this is exactly like a high-speed rail line, but it is very modern-ish. Perfection. To be fair, once the trains get past Berwick-on-Tweed, they actually start to accumulate a lot of local traffic headed towards Edinburgh. I'm hopeful that this should be exactly the right train loads now. But we'll see. Some of these lines just don't make money, and that's very true. But, well, they're not supposed to. They're there to serve as interchanges and bridge connections. It's kind of their role. Oh my lord, the amount of traffic going to Leeds. Oh, so he must be waiting for the, Oh, people are actually changing for the expresses. Yeah, I need more powerful engines on this, because we are running out of, like, I'm actually running out of space on these trains. Like, that is where we are. I need more. And this is why the overtaking lines were built, so I could do that. Yeah, this line is proving incredibly popular. I have a branch line to Skegness and Grimsby to add, but that's fine. We can do that in a minute. And again, the timetables should be working. They are, but the unbunching at King's Lynn has not been added. Okay, guys, I'm going to look away and come back, and that better be there. Good. Right. This game at times. Love it, but sometimes it could... Oh my god. Okay, people desperately want to go to Leeds. Okay, that is... Okay, yeah, I may absolutely need to lay on additional, Yeah, I was absolutely right to increase the length of these express trains. They needed it. But bugger me, are they raking in the money? Are they raking in the money? Which one? Oh, shit. Abandoned industry? Oh. Shit. Okay, an emergency shipment. Okay, so we need an emergency shipment. Okay, right, that's fine. I can do that. No, I can't. I don't have the money. Sugar. I could do that. 181 days, I'm sure. That's annoying. Okay, we coal mine, coal mine, coal mine, coal mine. Oh, a new coal mine's been built. That is interesting. There we go. Okay, let's get that built. There we go. Perfect. That then rattles through there and then arrives at a freight station. Here it needs to be a 4-tracker because it does, that's why. There we go. I need more money to finish the project. Come on, someone give me an injection of cash. Thank you. Perfect. You can access any track from any inbound or outbound track. Perfect. That's not too much curvature. That's fine. We'll have that be the track for departures only. That's fine. I can make that work. It's not perfect, but it'll do. That'll do. Talk about doing this stuff on the fly. I mean, good lord. I'm not kidding. I mean, I really am cutting this fine. I mean, good lord. Then I've got to scrape the cash together for the locomotives. And the rolling stock. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a hit or miss. Like I tell you, good lord it is. I'd call it scuffed, but scuffed wouldn't quite do it justice. There we go. Right. Okay. Good Lord. That was nearly a disaster. Nearly lost the only steel mill I have access to, and that would have not been ideal. I'll tell you that much for nothing. Oh! Well, there's no point. I've got nothing that really could pull a freight train faster than 45 miles an hour. So there's no point to actually having it. If I get fast freight engines, then yeah, there probably will be a point. But until there is, there's no point. Right, there we go. Ugh, those bright blue. I will admit, at least you don't miss our trains coming, I tell you. Okay, yeah, the express train is now easily the most profitable thing on the railway, just by virtue of how many passengers want to actually use it and how much money that makes us. Like, seriously, it's kind of freaky. There we go. There we go, so that will do that. And then what I want instead is... I want to start off with 2 small coal trains. There we go. Lovely. Thomas enjoyed his daily trips to the sidings, even if it was a bloody silly name for a pub. Oh, we have fun. There we go. Coal train. And we need those coal trains to bloody go like the bloody clappers. More money required here. Okay, those coal trains have basically got it all to do. They have to be back in 100 days, which is... I don't know if they can do it. I don't know if they can do it. Ugh, come on. Come on. More speed, damn it. More speed. Come on. There we go. Come on, little coal train. Okay. He's made it to the mine. Come on. I believe you can do it. Okay. It took half the time allotted for it to get here. Okay. Come on. Okay. Take coal. Take coal. Take coal. Go, go, go. Come on. Quick. Load, 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 load. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, go, 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 go. Come on, more speed. More speed. Come on. Come on. More speed. Shove a banker on the back for emergency speed. Go! We have to hold this clip the entire way back. We cannot afford to be stopped anywhere. Oh, come on! More power! Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! Oh, that was such a gut punch. Right. Okay. Right, what I'm not doing is I am not... The plan is to eventually have these be cargo trams, but... Don't have them yet, so... Lorries will have to do. I want 80 lorries. I want them moving things. In both directions. Well, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, but it's a bit of a bodge job, but it'll do. It'll do for now. Oh, I was so close to getting it, and I just didn't get it. Oh, we've got a decent express passenger engine, but what we don't have is anything it can pull. That being said, that would bring semi-fast working within reach of everybody. Especially when you consider that most trains don't actually reach anything more than 50 capacity from what I'm seeing. That would be viable. It'd give 10 miles an hour extra in speed, but that could be all we need to increase our throughput. Problem is we don't have anything that would enable 60 mile an hour running, because the express coaches that are used by the Cramptons are too expensive because they only work if you run them at high speed, which we are not going to. we go. And that moves people into and out of leads. And the next thing I want is 60 capacity on the Scotch trains. That's what I want. So 50 miles an hour will do for now, and hopefully we can actually get a coach that will enable 60 mile an hour running soon. Still, 50 is fine. It tightens timings, which is good. There we go. Yeah, we need some way to increase our all-up train speed. Better coaching stock is the main thing we need. Let's see how we go. Since profits are on the up and up. So what I want to do on Saturday, when we get round to it, is we're going to build the Newcastle, Sunderland, Hartlepool, Middlesbrough, Northallerton line. Which will start and end from a bay platform at Northallerton Station. And there'll also be a short bay platform for a line to Saltburn, which will run through a separate Middlesbrough station, not the main one. And that will be the plan. Well, I could just do a direct line to Saltburn. It would be fairly straightforward. Hook round the farm. And have it be another branch. Since branch lines are all in vogue. After we built them at Darlington, Newcastle. The one to Leeds is not a branch, it's technically another main line. But yeah, yeah, the Leeds-Doncaster connection is very, very, very busy. To be fair, though, I always expected it was going to be that way. I've got the people from like 4 major cities feeding into this one station. Actually, with the low throughput, but the desire to make connections at that, Now that I think about it, that would dramatically increase the throughput by increasing the speed of the trains going around the loop. In fact, actually, I would go further. This is actually enough of a send that I would actually commit to putting cramptons on it, because that would let it run like a proper... So I'm having them on not just for their ability to run fast, but also the speed at which they actually accelerate. Especially over some of the flatter sections, it makes things a hell of a lot faster. It massively tightens timings on the loop, which is very important. My god, the amount of people coming into Leeds, it's not even funny. Would you please stop coming into Leeds? Leeds, the gateway to the south and the north. Oh my god, now that we've tightened timings on the main line. Oh my god, it's... We've tightened the timings and now people want longer trains. Again. Where are these actually? Okay, none of these are actually needing to be long anymore. Which means I can buy back their length and use it to do other things. Go, and then increase as the last thing I do before I sign this video off and get it ready to be punted out on the interwebs, is increase the all-up train length of the mainline stock, because the demand is absolutely there, and good lord, don't we know it. I wish I hope these singles have it in them to work these longer trains at speed, given the somewhat stop-starting nature of the work they do. Seems like it, though. Oh yeah, on the flatter sections, they absolutely, and longer sections, they absolutely can achieve their, or either at or near their recorded maximum of 50. The reason why putting these trains on has increased demand is because 50 miles an hour brings like 2 station distances in length of the ordinary local train, which is kind of big. It also means that interchange traffic may also increase as people in Bishop's Auckland, for example, go, oh, I can actually take a train to Darlington or Durham and get an express to the next town over and have that be a viable thing. Anyway, look, I'll leave you looking at Newcastle upon Tyne Station. As I say, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much. And I hope you have an enjoyable day. Tune in on Saturday live for the conclusion of the 1850s. Hopefully we'll get some additional rolling stock that we desperately need to help work some of our services, and hopefully we finish off some of the other main lines that we actually want to build. Tune in on Saturday for that. Goodbye, folks.